television, hanging out my dirty linen. You're entitled to your own opinion. Sit and shake your head at my decisions. I guess the kind of songs that I've been singing make it seem as if I'm always winning. But you saw me on the television. Yeah, you saw me on the television.
Hi guys, I'm so excited to be here. Okay, start over. Hi everyone. I know my face looks ashy. It's because I haven't moisturized yet. This is already going to Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It took a lot of thinking to decide what do I want my first YouTube video to be, and what better way than coming on here with something I love doing every single day. This is the chapstick that I've recently fallen in love with, and I put that on before I put any makeup on my face. It's the Mango Kiss chapstick in the scent Vanilla Honey. I love this stuff. It's in a chubbier stick, so there's a lot of, you know, product in it. Let's get into this makeup look because I'm so excited for it. Okay guys, so this is a damp beauty blender, and it's not really a beauty blender. This is a Real Technique sponge. I just, you know, call it a beauty blender because basically all the same ish. Favorite sponge on earth. Do I usually use other sponges to try and see if I can find a different one that might be more my favorite? No, I don't. I buy like a 2-pack of these at Target and call it an MFing day. First, I like to start with my eyebrows, so that's what I'm gonna do. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start with my my little spoolie brush. This is also by e.l.f. This is a lash and brow wand. I got it from Target for like 98 cents. So I'm going to start by brushing my eyebrows in the direction of choice. You know, choose whatever direction you want to brush your eyebrows. Who am I to judge, you know? But I'm gonna try and brush them in a natural direction. So now that I have brushed my eyebrows back a little bit in a more natural direction, I'm going to take my Dare to Create palette from Morphe. This is 39A for those of you who may not be familiar. I'm gonna go with the color Deep Hue. Maybe I should do cat eye. No, I'm gonna go with the color Deep Hue, which is this color right here. And what I'm going to do is just take my my angled brush from e.l.f. and I am going to start to fill in my eyebrows first. If you're going for something more natural and you have eyebrows like mine, luckily you really don't have to do this step. I just do this when I want something a little bit more bold. For the next step, I'm going to get a different angle brush because I want to make sure that, you know, none of the powder, the dark powder, is going to blend with my concealer, because concealer is the next step to carving out the eyebrows. I'm going to be using an LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Pure Beige. Wow, y'all. My camera really stopped recording and I caught that hoe right in the act. Anyway, I'm gonna take my LA Girl Pro Concealer and just squeeze a little bit out, and I'll show you how much. If you hear the rain outside, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna squeeze a little bit out. That's about how much, and I'm just gonna wipe it on the back of my hand. And this is how much I'm using. I don't need much. And then I'm going to take my angled brush from the Ashley Tisdale collection from BHCosmetics, which I love me some BHCosmetics.
Okay guys, so in this step all I'm doing is carving out my eyebrows using my LA Girl Pro Concealer. And the most important thing to remember doing this is to just follow the natural shape of your eyebrow and keep the lines as straight as possible.
And this is what I do when I'm on campus and can't afford to get my eyebrows done. So I'm just gonna take some of that leftover, because I'm knocking stuff over. I'm gonna take some of that leftover concealer that's on the back of my hand, just a little. I'm gonna take it right to my eyelid. Which, if you have the palette and not the names, it's these two. Ooh, it's these two shades on the end. Do the same as this side. I'm gonna really blend the powder in there just to kind of set it and make sure there's not going to be any creasing. So I'm going to use this fluffy brush. And like I said before, if you're like me and Alyssa Ashley at all and have hooded eyelids, fluffy brushes are going to be your saving grace in life. For my transition, I'm going to take the two shades Define Me and Vivid from the same palette, which are, this is Define Me and this is Vivid, and I'm going to kind of mix them together. I first tap and then I move it to circular motions and then start blending this way. I'm already starting to feel myself, can you tell? This is my ItsMyRaeRae palette from BHCosmetics. It's a great palette, everyone. I dropped it on the floor. And now the color that I'm going into is going to be Sunset from the ItsMyRaeRae palette from BHCosmetics. I'm using that color directly in the middle. It's called Sunset. It's like almost like a pinky, it's like a pink tone color. And that's the color I'm going to be taking to my eyelids as soon as the camera focuses. Now I'm going to dip into Sunset, and this is a very pigmented palette. I tapped my brush. I'm going to knock off the excess, and then I'm going to take that right to my outer corner and blend. If you're wondering like, wow, this is turning really dramatic, you're right. But it's okay. So, now that I'm comfortable with that, my next step is to go back into my ItsMyRaeRae palette, and I'm going to be using the shade Tiffany. It's the bottom middle. This zoom is more for me than it is for you, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna add that to my lid now. Next, with this is the same brush, and just I'm gonna use the other side. I'm gonna go into the shade, actually no, I'm not gonna use the same. Actually, yes I am. I'm gonna go into the shade Fairy Tale from the ItsMyRaeRae palette, which is directly next to Tiffany. It's the more orange shimmer next to it. So what I'm gonna do is get that inner corner and blend it into the lid slightly. Okay. And now going back to my fluffy brush, I'm going to go blend again just because I want that crease to definitely, the crease in the blender I need to stay seamless. And I guess we could just say we'll call this look Summer Night Out, because this is a little bit too glam for everyday summer makeup, so that's not what this is going to be. Okay, so next I'm gonna take my Fit Me foundation in the shade Dewy Smooth. I mean, not the shade Dewy Smooth. In the formula Dewy Smooth. This is in shade 330. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of foundation onto my hand. This is about how much I used. And I just like to take some to my sponge just a little bit at a time and then blend it into my face. Okay. So next thing is next. We're going to get into concealing my face, and I'm going to, yes, go back into my LA Girl Pro Concealer. However, this time I'm going to be using the shade Warm Honey, and I take Warm Honey right under my eye, and I do use a pretty decent amount of concealer on my face. I'm gonna take my concealer to all of my little normal areas that you normally see people take concealer to. Did I just chop off a piece of my eyebrow? If you're wondering, hey Onyx, you're putting on a lot of concealer. Didn't I tell y'all I did that? Okay. So first I'm gonna blend this out. Taking this end of my beauty blender and just going underneath and switching, alternating back and forth to sides. This is how you get the same amount of product. You ensure that the same amount of product is on both sides of your face. My camera died. What I'm going to do now, I contoured my cheeks, and it's a slight contour, but it's working. It's working. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into that LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Espresso, and I'm going to lightly kind of just give some contour life to my nose, and then I'm going to take my contour brush, that same contour brush that I use on my cheeks, and I'm going to lightly blend that contour that's on my nose. So add some of this to my forehead. So now that I look a little less flat and scary, so what I'm going to do is go into my ItsMyRaeRae palette. Going back into this palette. Excuse the fact that it's really jacked up, but I'm gonna go into this middle shade right here. It's called Mocha, and I'm going to take the contour brush from my Ashley Tisdale brush collection. I'm gonna tap it in the palette, but this palette is so pigmented, so this you have to be very careful with. Go over my contour on my cheeks. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I don't look so flat anymore. I actually think I look pretty good. And Alyssa Ashley used this shade as like a blush slash bronzer, and I do it all the time. I love using that shade for that. And so what I'm gonna do, because I already have a very round face, I take my blush long ways on top of, not on top of, but above my contour. I don't put it right on the balls of my cheeks, or I'm gonna look like a big orange. So I'm gonna take it right here, and I'm just gonna warm up my cheekbones. I'm gonna take this brush, don't really know a name to call it. It's good for highlighting though. I don't know if that means it's a highlighter brush, a blending brush, or a buffing brush. I should take a class. Guys, I'm about to change your lives. This shade, even though it's all, you know, broken up, this shade right here, it's a highlighter shade. It looks white, but it comes off yellow, like bright yellow, like Fenty trophy white yellow, and I'm not playing. You're gonna see it. This is a dupe, and I've been waiting to tell everybody about it. I like using this in the summertime because it's yellow, you know, it's sun, that's what it is. But I am going to dim it down just a little bit. Well, not dim it down, but it's gonna add like a little champagne texture. I'm gonna mix it with this one on the end. So I'm just gonna tap lightly into both, because these, like trophy wife, the stuff comes off crazy. I'm gonna tap my brush off, and then as you can see, guys. Crazy. Wow. Like, I feel like I use too much, but then again, do we ever really use too much highlighter? Yes, the answer is yes. And I'm gonna take this brush right here. This is I've used this brush earlier. It's from the Ashley Tisdale collection. It's the fluffy brush from that collection. And I'm gonna take those 2 shades to my brow bone. Okay, and so now I'm gonna highlight my nose. I'm gonna take that same little brush and just back the eyes. You're still not done. We gotta go do this to the bottom.
Alright guys, so like I said before, all I'm doing is doing exactly what I did to my lid, right underneath my eye. I've been doing this a lot lately and I love it. I think it makes my eyes really pop and adds a nice glam look.
Moonlight, and I'm gonna take that to my inner corner. And then my upper lip. I mean my Cupid's bow. Not big on putting colors on my lips. I am gonna try something, however, today, just for the sake of this being my first YouTube video. This is a cream lipstick by NYX Liquid Suede. It's called NYX. It's by NYX and it's Liquid Suede. It's a cream lipstick, and it's in the shade Soft Spoken. Just kind of make sure I'm adding this to my lips, and I'm not really going all the way on the outside, guys, because I don't want this lip to be super bold. I am gonna go over this with something else, but I don't ever wear just lipstick by itself. I am going to do some Fenty gloss over the top of this, and I'm just gonna dab and block. And so what I'm gonna do now is just put on some mascara. Of course, it's going to be Maybelline's Colossal Big Shot Mascara. Shayla put me onto this, and I love this mascara. It's all I use. Change into something a little bit more appropriate for the look.
Wondering will she be mine? Walk past, I press, rewind. See that ass one more time. And I got this soda. Remy boys that know. Fast money don't slow. No one can control.
The moment when you get your makeup done and hopefully have gotten an appropriate thumbnail, is a great moment. And if you like this look, definitely leave me a comment, let me know something else you want to see, whether that be makeup, hair. Oh my goodness, y'all, don't worry, because the hair videos are coming anyway. But please like, comment, subscribe, share, and stay freaking relentless.
Yeah, baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like